All right, new project. You see here is two very manky looking chairs, both bought on eBay. I think I paid about $75 a piece for these frames. They're not the ideal originals because they're the collapsible kind, but if I wanted to pair for the outside for a while, this is how they came. The fabric is totally ripped and I knew that going into it, but luckily I found a place that sells nice new covers. So bought the two chairs, got them shipped here. Again, I have about $75 a piece with these bad covers shipped right to my door. And so now what I'm doing is show you the new covers I got on them from a company called Circa 50 out of, I believe, in Vermont in the US that they're made. So let me just cut over to that with a picture of what the new covers look like. I'll talk a bit about those. All right, so here's a picture of one with the brand new cover on it. Now, obviously, one's white, one's black, but looking aside from that, let's go a little closer. So we've all seen these fabric kind of covers that rip and shred and tear, and it's common. And I think, honestly, this size cover is actually the wrong size for this chair because it doesn't drape right. It doesn't sit well, even if it was able to be sat in right now because it's totally ripped up and destroyed, and it has no shape. It just looks like a square blob. This cover looks more appropriate, and as you can see, it actually has a drape or a bell shape down here at the bottom where it should. So, and the difference here is this is outdoor canvas or outdoor, it's a plastic-based material in white that I'm intending to use on my outdoor deck. So while they're indoors right now, it's really just to clean them up and kind of look at them. But I will say they're nice and thick. They feel well made. The stitching looks really, really good. I mean, it looks very, very professional. When I called, I talked about the dimensions for this chair. There's several different sizes of these things, but just call and, you know, make sure you order the right size. Folding chairs generally should all be the same size, and these delightfully seem to fit pretty good. So the next step, which I'm gonna do, is I'm gonna take these frames outside and paint them to match the trim color of my house, and then I'm gonna reinstall these white covers, and that'll be the finished product ready for the deck for spring. But right now it's January in New York State where it's too cold to put that stuff outside. So I'm gonna go into the garage, do a little of that touch up, see how that works. I'm gonna try out a new product. There's a company called Prevail, I think is how they pronounce it, Preval, that makes a kit where you can take arbitrary paint and spray paint it. So I'm gonna take some of the exterior trim color leftover paint that I have, thin it out with a bunch of water because it's a latex-based paint, and try to aerosol spray it on these frames after I do a little cleanup. So stick with me, hopefully I'll show that when it's done. If it doesn't turn out well, we'll probably be waiting for a while for this video to come out until summer when I can just get some sort of regular aerosol to spray outside. And here we are 2 days later. So I tried those kind of turn anything into spray paint products, and I gotta tell you that was kind of garbage. Pro tip, I'm not even gonna bother leaving the review here, as it turns out you have to thin the product so much. You know, if you're using latex paint, you have to add so much water that it effectively runs down the frame and kind of made it unsuitable. It kept sputtering and not dispensing material, and you know, I undid the filter at the bottom of the intake tube because with it on, it wouldn't pick up anything. So effectively, the only way to actually spray the latex that I had for the house paint through this was to pull off the filter, thin it out so much that it just wouldn't actually flash and would start running down. And no, I wasn't applying it too heavy. It's just, it was too much water content and not enough, you know, it just needed a better like solvent to paint mix basically. So anywho, so after that plan didn't work so well, and I tried it on 2 different days with 2 different bottles, so I know that it was definitely just not gonna work. I broke down and just express ordered some matching paint actually for the trim color from a place, I believe it's in Texas. And so it was custom mixed. It was kind of expensive, but I bought 4 cans because I'll be doing some other projects wanting to paint the same trim color, but painting metal, you know, it's much easier for me to get a better finish with a spray can or aerosol than just to try to brush it on. So anyway, that stuff came after a couple of days. It's probably 3 or 4 days now later, now that I think about it. But I painted the frames out in my garage, just, you know, scuffed them up with a Scotch-Brite, hit them with the spray can, put about 3 coats on them, letting them dry for about an hour in between. And then I just put on that brand new cover I got from the good folks at Circa 50. It's really nice in terms of the material. The pillow obviously doesn't come with a chair, but they're just for looks. And I would say, you know, paint finish came out pretty good. So yeah, this is what they're gonna look like outside. So I'll be putting them out on the deck in the spring, but for now I thought I would show this fun little DIY project to get myself some custom deck chairs.